Hi there, nice to have you back. It's been a while. I've got a special cheeky camping edition for you. Not only have I managed to pull off some cheeky camping, as you can see, I will be doing some cheeky van life camping. So I'm going to not say too much about it, and we're going to crack on. We're going to see what all the fuss is about. Now, one thing you are going to need for van life experience is obviously a van. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Colossus. If you're going to have a little bit of a camping van, you might as well give it a go. Now, to be completely honest, I haven't fitted it out or done anything with it. It's just a van. I'm going to try it, give it a bit of a dry run. I've been watching Richard on Northern Exotics 2, who's a pal of mine. I'll put his link in the description below. And he's kind of got me juices flowing for this van life experience. So I'm going to give it a go tonight and we'll take it all from there. So keep watching and I'll show you how I get on. Right, to make the whole thing a little bit more realistic, I've actually put some boxes and stuff in here, which is how much how much room I would lose if I was going to put a galley kitchen type of affair along there. So I've done that, tidied that up. The next thing would be to put my bed in. So I'm going to do that now. So that's the bed in. Let's get me mattress and everything on. This is the Outwell. I think it's wider and longer than a normal Outwell bed, which is so comfortable. All right, let's lob the mattress on there. Let's get that done. Mattress on. I've got the Exped mattress, which is again the long and wide version. Obviously for the more realistically sized gentlemen. Very comfortable, more comfortable than my bed indoors actually. And what we're going to need to go on that is our little sleeping bag. I'm actually using the Rab quilt, which is pretty cool actually. Yeah, I really like it. It's a nice bit of kit. So sposh that on there. And because we're enjoying the van life experience, we don't have to slum it too much with rolling up your jacket. So proper pillow. There you go, ready for tonight. I think the other thing to do would maybe put a bit of carpet down. We'll have a little look, see what we got. A bit of carpet boshed in there. And what I would also be doing as well, if this was a proper van, is I'm going to stick all of my crud underneath the bed there as a bit of storage. And then that just leaves setting up the back as a kitchen maybe. We'll have a little look at that in a sec. So before we get any further, this is the most important part. This will be the view with the door open in the morning. So not bad. I've got all the gear stowed away, all under the bed. I've got my chair there, which I'll put out. I've just put it there for a bit of just to see how much room I had. I'm going to use these two boxes as a kitchen. I'll put them one side by side because every camping experience in a van has to have a bit of faffing around and a bit of moving equipment. So that'll be that. And then just have a little look at the view from the back, really, I suppose, from the chair in the morning. Yeah, very not bad. And what I would say, obviously, I've got my trusty lantern here. If you are going to have anything like a lantern, or you're going to do any cooking or any fire or anything that involves any sort of flame whatsoever, you need to make sure that all the doors are open, because what you don't want to do is poison yourself, or you don't want to end up with a lower amount of oxygen in here. So don't be a dick. If you're going to have anything with a flame on, this, or cooking or whatever it is that you're going to have, make sure you got the doors open. On one very sad note, however, I bought a bottle of red and a bottle of white because I didn't quite know what I was going to be doing for dinner, and then I've unpacked my gear and disaster. I did manage to remember to bring a glass, but unfortunately I didn't remember to look after the glass very properly. So very properly? What sort of language is that? We will open the red, let it breathe, and I'll think about doing some cooking, I suppose. I'll just put that up there. Let it come to life a little bit. I'm going to have a nice cup of tea and a little relax, and then we'll start getting some food on the go. Right, I'm just going to chop all the bits up I need for me stir fry. Well, the sun is setting on my first van life adventure, and I must say, so far, pretty cool. You can get yourself nicely set up in the van. I can't imagine that I'm not going to have a good night's sleep. You can bring gear with you as well that's normally too heavy to take camping. Yeah, very pleasant indeed. I mean, cheers. Yeah, I'm going to sit around the fire for probably another couple of hours, just pondering and thinking about things and watching the world go by, and I will see you guys later on. Right, let's see where we are this morning. It's definitely a nice view to wake up to. Definitely a completely different experience than sleeping in a hammock or a tent. You wake up and you kind of, it's all done. You haven't really got to do anything really. So, just lay here with the door open and just look at the countryside. All in a very relaxed manner, of course. Alright, I better crack on, I suppose. Maybe after another couple of minutes, obviously, if I'm having a little bit of a lay here. Remember to keep all your food cold, keep everything else clean. Right, I know I've said I'm not going to do the mess tin joke again, but it's too good to turn up. Why do they call it a mess tin? Quite straightforward. Every bit of food that you put in it looks like a mess. As usual, one of the most important things that you need to do is leave no trace, or in this case, virtually no trace. There's a fire pit that was already here. I was informed to use it by the owner of the property because in the UK, there's been a few fires and stuff where it's been so dry for such a long time. So the idea is to make sure, take all your rubbish home with you, don't leave any mess, and that way the countryside will be beautiful for years to come for everybody to enjoy. And if you're one of those people that leaves lots of mess and everything else, just stay at home, please. So, in my conclusion, camping, van life, whichever you want to call it, sounds pretty cool actually. I think the big downside is you need to be able to find somewhere to park your van that's got plenty of room, especially if it's going to be like Colossus here and it's going to be colossal. I think the other thing is the price of fuel at the moment is kind of terrifying, so travelling about the countryside I imagine will be quite pricey, so you would need to make sure that you've got money saved up or a nice revenue stream where you don't need to be at a certain location all the time. On the upside, yeah, it's very, very comfortable. You can get all the kit you want in there, you can cook and sleep and everything under shelter, you haven't got to worry about setting up if it's raining. There's loads and loads of upsides, and the idea of the lifestyle of travelling the land like lots of people have been doing for the last couple of years is very appealing. I can see why people are doing it. It's very appealing. I imagine you've got to be careful where you go now. I imagine there's all sorts of laws and stuff. People don't like camping in their back garden so much. But other than that, yeah, cool. Really enjoyed it. Would totally and thoroughly recommend it. Conclusion is, it's a no. It's a no for now. Mainly because I haven't got the time to fit out a van such as this, for instance. And I definitely haven't got the budget to go and buy an already done one. I mean, they are a pretty penny, anybody who's already got one. What I will say is anybody who's already doing it and travelling all over the place, all over the world, bloody good luck to you. I admire the freedom that you have and the guts that you had to do it. I've got a couple of people that I follow, some of them quite emotional. I'm going to have to say Nick Rome's I quite like watching, not all the time but occasionally. Very emotional journey, and bloody good luck to her and her fella for travelling all over the place. And with that note, I will see you in the next video. You have yourself a lovely day.